Buongiorno, good morning. Madame Laetitia Moratti, Monsieur Andrea Gnasi, Monsieur Jacques Attali, distinguished guests, dear young people from San Patrignano, ladies and gentlemen. It is a great honor for me to represent the United Nations Alliance of Civilization, UNAOC, and to address the Positive Economy Forum here in San Patrignano, in this beautiful city of Rimini, bordered by the Adriatic Sea. His Excellency Mr. Nasser Abdulaziz El Nasser, the United Nations High Representative of the Alliance of Civilization, regrets that he could not join us today. He has asked me to deliver on his behalf a personal message on the work of the Alliance and its role in supporting positive economy and the Sustainable Development Agenda of the United Nations. The High Representative would like to express his gratitude to his friend and colleague, Madame Moratti, for inviting the Alliance to participate in the Positive Economic Forum. Madame Moratti's achievements in both the public and private sector are well known to all of us. Her leadership and commitment to social causes are guiding examples on how to motivate young people to overcome great difficulties and to fully participate in society development. It is thanks to leaders like Madame Moratti that vision of change become reality. She is the driving force behind many social initiatives, one of which is our own foundation of San Patrignano. Beginning of the message. Now, allow me to take a moment to tell you a little bit about the organization which I have been leading since 2012. The UNAOC was created in 2005 in the aftermath of horrifying terrorism acts that spread through the United States, Europe, and Africa. It is the product of a joint diplomatic effort between Spain and Turkey, actively backed by the then United Nations Secretary General, Mr. Kofi Annan. At its inception, the alliance was created to counter the rising intolerance and misunderstanding between the Western and Islamic worlds. The premise of the alliance is that dialogue, understanding, and cooperation across religions, cultural and ethnic differences are key factors in combating extremism. Extremism is the enemy of peace, and peace can only occur in an environment where mutual respect among people of different cultural and religious identities exists. Peace is a prerequisite to socio-economic development. It is impossible for societies in the midst of conflict to prosper. Health, education, access to resources, the environment, and all the basic elements of a flourishing society collapse in a time of war. The 21st century has seen a surge of conflict led by religious fanatics using differences in beliefs to fuel animosity and hatred in communities who have coexisted for centuries. In reality, history shows us that progress demands difference in ideas, culture, and religions. When range of opinion is allowed to coexist, new solutions to existing problems emerge. Extremism spreads out when differences between people is allowed to become a dividing factor. Youth can promote inclusive and participatory peace-building processes, particularly through the promotion of peaceful societies in their community level. World leaders supported entirely the Turkish-Spanish initiative and recognize that progress and prosperity depend on how civilizations see and react to each other. The Alliance quickly became the United Nations arm for preventive diplomacy to apply towards global tensions rooted in culture, identity, religion, and economic disparity. The Alliance has a growing number of initiatives, ranging from high-level global conferences to media activities and educational campaigns to grassroots programs. To achieve its goal, UNAOC involves states, international and regional organizations, civil society organizations, the media, academia, the corporate sector, and of course, religious leaders devoted to promoting trust and understanding between diverse communities. We will focus on work in the area of education, youth, media, and migration. The Alliance is now the foremost initiative of the international community in the area of cross-cultural dialogue. New strategies using sport, music, art, and entertainment are now in place to promote dialogue and understanding among people and cultures. In this important year of 2015, we all need to reaffirm a new commitment for the benefit of new generation and more sustainable world. To do so, we need to empower young people at every level so they can be part of a conversation that seeks to establish a future of peace and prosperity for all. Young people represent 1.8 billion of the world population. Therefore, they have to be central to the development efforts. At the United Nations, we are currently in the process of defining a sustainable development agenda called the Post-2015 Agenda. I am honored to be part of this historic challenge to create a future in which young people can achieve themselves and live in peace in a world where together our partnership will yield a better tomorrow for all. This post-2015 UN Development Agenda will comprise 5 transformative shifts in coherence with recommendations made by various entities from national government to civil society organizations, and they include the necessity to leave no one behind, to put sustainable development at the core, to transform economics and jobs and inclusive growth, to build peace and effective, open and accountable institutions for all, and to forge a new global partnership. The new 17 goal, called the SDGs, will be multidimensional and based on 3 key factors: economic and social environmental, and it will be people-centered and planet-sensitive, an agenda tailored to national characteristic priorities and level of developments. And it will also aim at securing new commitment for the benefit of a future generation, particularly of youth. Let's discuss what young people want. Young people want education. You will find it in the Sustainable Development Goal 4, ensure inclusive and equitable quality education and promote lifelong learning opportunities for all. Young people want employment. You will find it in Sustainable Development Goal 8, promote sustained, inclusive and sustainable economic growth, full and productive employment, and decent work for all. Young people want environmental security. You will find it in Sustainable Development Goal 15. Protect, restore, and promote sustainable use of terrestrial ecosystem, sustainability, manage forests, combat desertification, and halt and reverse land degradation, and halt biodiversity loss. Young people want healthy lives. You will find it in Sustainable Development Goal 3. Ensure healthy lives and promote well-being for all ages. Young people want access to technology, and so they can participate in their nation's public life, especially sharing its path to economic development. It is worth noting that the United Nations has early recognized the essential value of youth in the negotiation for the post-2015 agenda. Never before have young people been so deeply involved in the making of an international plan of action for humanity. The reason for their increased participation comes naturally from their greater interest in the benefits and challenges of the world today, but also because young men and women are on the front line experiencing limited access to education, economic and professional discrimination. Let's not forget that 73 million young people are currently looking for a job worldwide. Environmental disaster and poverty and lack of access to healthy life. Therefore, not only do we need to increase their participation in the transformation process of the UN post-2015 agenda, but we also are required to recognize the need to promote a dialogue between generations and solidarity by recognizing their views. As stressed by the outcome document entitled The Future We Want, adopted by 193 member states in Rio in 2012. I know that young people have the potential to play an active role, an agent of positive and constructive change. Allowing them to become the central actors in developing and securing the future Sustainable Development Goals represent an extraordinary opportunity for greater innovation, social and economic development growth, and above all, a valuable instrument against violence on all its forms. In order to place young men and women at the center of the commitment for sustainable development world, I truly believe that the international community as a whole must engage in action-oriented commitment. These include at least 3 elements: the creation of better frame capacity building program for youth, focus on reinforcing the model, platform, and the various initiatives contributing to youth empowerment, particularly through knowledge of technology. At the Alliance, we are proud to have several capacity building programs that reach the youth worldwide, such as Plurial Plus, Entrepreneur for Social Change, Peace App, Intercultural Innovation Award, Youth Solidarity Fund, Fellowship Program, Media Summer School, Media Program, to name just a few. The second element is the global reaffirmation of gender equality at the youth level through a proper education of boys and girls, equal dignity at an early age. We will not be able to secure sustainable and peaceful society if more than half of the world population is not fully recognized as part of the process. Therefore, a greater empowerment of girls and young women is crucial to increase the transformative effect on youth on sustainable development. And the third element is, of course, a better distribution of technological advances worldwide. Despite an increasing access to new technologies by youth in developing countries, we know that too many still do not have access to simple tools such as a computer or internet. The recent changes in this second half of the 21st century has largely demonstrated the impact of technology on youth and vice versa. Therefore, I can only reiterate the time-pressing necessity to bridge the regional gaps that fragment a proper sharing of information. All in all, our commitment needs to be smart, in other words, S for specific, M for measurable, A for attainable, R for relevant, and T for time-bound. Now, I was president of the 66th General Assembly of the United Nations. And during that time, I focused the work of the world membership on the importance of mediation and cross-cultural dialogue as pillars of peace and prosperity. Since I took the position of High Representative of the UNAOC, I have made it my mission to galvanize the world attention to secure a peaceful existence across nations and people by bringing together world leaders, different cultures and religions. I stress the capacity of young people to lessen identity-based division and to nurture the values of peace, human rights, respect of the other, cultural diversity, and justice. I'm especially impressed by the objective of Sam Patrignano to provide to young people who suffer from drug addiction the education and training to take their future in hands. The activity you support reflects the principle of the Alliance to foster among youth a life based on dignity, honesty, responsibility, respect for oneself and for others, without any social, political, or religious discrimination. It is easy for young people to drift into self-destruction, whether through drugs or through joining groups that thrive on hatred. Education coupled with educational training is the strength of San Patrignano. Hundreds of guests of the foundation have obtained their middle and high school diploma, and some have even graduated from the university. The breadth of the training activities offered here is amazing. The program allows young people to strive by developing skills that will help them to become independent and contribute to the economic development of their families and communities. I also want to mention the importance of economic self-sufficiency promoted here in San Patrignano. The economical resources you develop through the various activities and good produced by the community means that you are already the champion of your own future. Education, training, economic independence are the tenets of a positive economy. It is not surprising that the United Nations recognized the importance of San Patrignano Foundation for Socioeconomic Development and granted the foundation in 1997 the consultative status special with the Economic and Social Council of ECOSOC, UN. Your accomplishment closely mirror the work of the Alliance. Like you, I believe that education is the key to counter violence and extremism. The leader of tomorrow will grow out of your generation. This is why I continuously pursue the creation of projects that provide young people with a platform to meet across cultural boundaries, share thought, and above all, include everybody beyond race or gender line. Together, we are creating new forms of cooperation, and through our joint efforts, creative paradigms for social change will arise. Ladies and gentlemen, although the world has evolved in many ways, it still needs to move forward. In matters of transparency, anti-corruption, governance, and coordination, this is a crucial step in reducing disparity and creating a successful global partnership. At the close of the Millennium Development Goals period nears in 2015, in September, we will conclude a tough yet momentous 15 years. The year 2015 brings promises of a new era, one of a positive change and continued growth, and for your input as part of academia and of civil society will be welcome during the oncoming deliberation at the United Nations. As we approach that era, we must adhere to the Secretary General recommendation for building a future of justice and hope, and take the road to dignity by 2030, ending poverty, transforming our lives, and protecting the planet. This is his report submitted to the 69th session of the General Assembly this year. It summarizes his vision for a future sustainable development based on 6 elements, with dignity at its entry points, followed by people, prosperity, planet, justice, and partnership. To take this road, we need to understand the nature of being human, and must discover, maybe guided by our friend Edgar Morin, that the treasure of human unity is human diversity, and the treasure of human diversity is human unity. End of the message. Allow me now to finish with a video that will reinforce our objective, to reaffirm the need of a global community to advocate precious care for the planet today and tomorrow, and to speak like our UN Secretary General. Climate change is a main problem we have a power to address, and the voice of youth worldwide must be included in this conversation. So please, the video.
Dear Matafele Benu, you are a 7-month-old sunrise of gummy smiles. You are bald as an egg and bald as the Buddha. Your thighs that are thunder, shrieks that are lightning, so excited for bananas, hugs, and our morning walks along the lagoon. Dear Matafele Benu, I want to tell you about that lagoon, that lucid, sleepy lagoon lounging against the sunrise. Men say that one day, that lagoon will devour you. They say it will gnaw at the shoreline, chew at the roots of your breadfruit trees, gulp down rows of your seawalls, and crunch through your island's shattered bones. They say you, your daughter, and your granddaughter too, will wander rootless, with only a passport to call home. Dear Matafele Benu, don't cry. Mommy promises you, no one will come and devour you. No greedy whale of a company sharking through political seas, no backwater bullying of businesses with broken morals, no blindfolded bureaucracies gonna push this mother ocean over the edge. No one's drowning, baby. No one's moving. No one's losing their homeland. No one's gonna become a climate change refugee. Or should I say, no one else. To the Carteret Islanders of Papua New Guinea and to the Taro Islanders of Fiji, I take this moment to apologize to you. We are drawing the line here. Because baby, we are going to fight. Your mommy, daddy, boo-boo, dimma, your country, and your president too, we will all fight. And even though there are those hidden behind platinum titles who like to pretend that we don't exist, that the Marshall Islands, Tuvalu, Kiribati, Maldives, and Typhoon Haiyan in the Philippines, and floods of Pakistan, Algeria, and Colombia, and hurricanes, tidal waves, and earthquakes didn't exist, still, there are those who see us. Hands reaching out, fists raising up, banners unfurling, megaphones booming, and we are canoes blocking coal ships. We are the radiance of solar villages. We are the rich, clean soil of the farmer's past. We are petitions blooming from teenage fingertips. We are families biking, recycling, reusing, engineers dreaming, designing, building, artists painting, dancing, writing. We are spreading the word. And there are thousands out on the street, marching with signs, hand in hand, chanting for change now. They're marching for you, baby. They're marching for us. Because we deserve to do more than just survive. We deserve to thrive. Dear Mata Filipino, you are eyes heavy with drowsy weight. So just close those eyes, baby, and sleep in peace. Because we won't let you down. You'll see.
In conclusion, although sustainable development is not a new concept, it has been placed at the heart of the post-2015 development agenda, as well as it should be. The objective is to integrate economic growth, social inclusion, and environmental sustainability. We have the potential to shape a future that is sustainable and peaceful, full of culture and civilization, leaving no one behind, and eliminating extreme poverty. I thank you.